I think we've talked about this before. It's always been a labor of love. Getting it to come back, it was a multi-mission, ways and means, forward-deployed labor of love that took many, 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 many years. But we're back, and we're doing 2 more seasons.
Hey there, Den of Geek fans. Aaron Sagers here, still at San Diego Comic-Con 2024, and I'm joined by, I can say, an old friend of Den of Geek, a guy that I love talking to, Brian Volk-Weiss, the toy master, really, the collectible master, the maestro of, I don't know, what would you like?
Don't get me in trouble with Marty Abrams. I think he considers himself to be the toy master. Or something like that.
What title would you give yourself?
I mean, it's so cheesy, but like I'm a goof who got lucky and has the ability to make toys. It's very lucky. And
that's
random.
A lot to put on one business card.
It is, yeah, very random. The provider of joy. How about that?
Wow, that's big, though.
That's we attempt to provide joy.
Provider of
Sometimes
joy.
we fail, but it's the attempt. It's the attempt. A for attempt.
Well, I can say that I personally am full of joy having you here today.
Well, I am joyful to be back.
It's a lot of joy.
So this is a good start.
Well, let's get into it. Like what is happening at San Diego Comic-Con? Give us the goods. What has been announced at the con? I know you got some big temples. Let's start with the Nacelle stuff. What's going on with that?
So we, over the last 3 years, we started acquiring various properties and combining them. Mm-hmm. So it started with Robo Force, Biker Mice from Mars, Sectars, The Great Garloo, Power Lords, and the most recent Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Right now, Robo Force is in production. We partnered with The Rock and Danny Garcia and his company $7. That's in production right now. We're doing 6 episodes. And even though I believe we are 8 months behind schedule, I have been assured we will be done before September. And then Biker Mice from Mars, we're doing with Ryan Reynolds and his company, Maximum Effort. He's the Deadpool
Never
guy.
heard of him.
The red and black dude with a mask. Yeah.
No.
Good guy.
Young up-and-coming actor.
I'm talking about Ryan. But so we're doing Biker Mice from Mars with him and his company. And that's 8 episodes, and they're all being written as we speak. And production will, knock on wood, start later this year.
Okay.
And then the idea is, as these start and keep going, Sectars would be next. So we're in the process of talking to a pretty big actress right now about coming on board Sectars. So that's the plan. It may sound like a very familiar plan. There's another company, I think, that has a 90-year head start on us. But I can assure you it was not, we didn't just fall into this.
Well, I love it when a plan comes together.
Exactly. Good reference.
And that, but that's not all. There's you also have some news happening with Walmart, if you could talk about that.
Yeah. Somehow, even though we've only been making toys technically for 3 years, I would argue it's 2 years. There was a learning curve that was quite the adventure. Somehow, we were very lucky that we were able to get in contact with Walmart. Just getting in contact with them is no easy feat. And then we were over about an 18-month period able to get in business with them. So we're doing a lot with them. Like they do not start small. So today is CollectorCon. So we have a very, very limited amount of the exclusive figures that we did with them that came out today. 24 hours, we already sold out of Sectars. Like, literally, I woke up today at 6:30 and had a email from our head of consumer products being like, Sectars is sold out. And I'm like, when did they go on sale? It's 6 a.m. So that was nice. So there's still Garloo, or we call him Garblue. Why do we call him Garblue? Because I'm very excited about this. We got the actual Pantone codes. I don't know if that's the right. I don't know if they're codes. They're probably very open. Yeah. They're probably not codes. They're just numbers. But we got them. So we made our Garloo. You know how like Hasbro has been making like rainbow Darth Vader and white
Yeah.
Darth Vader. We made blue Garlu. So it's Walmart blue and Walmart yellow. So the medallion is yellow. Those are exclusive to Walmart. And then we have fireproof Max 89. Max 89 is the hero from Robo Force. And in the comic books that we do with Oni, there's a scene, what a coincidence, but there's a scene where everybody comes at him with flamethrowers and he puts on his fireproof armor and exclusive to Walmart for a very limited time. You can get them exclusively at Walmart. So those are the three. And then over the course of the year, we're doing a huge Nacelle-verse feature with artwork. So it'll be like an end cap that's promoting not just the toys that we're selling, but also the Nacelle-verse itself.
And I want to come back to that in a minute for a follow-up. But I do want to, I mean, this is news, but a big piece of news, one that I'm excited about, is also kind of referencing something from the past.
Yes.
We're back, baby. Toys That Made Us.
Yeah, so I posted yesterday, one of my favorite songs in the world is LL Cool J's Mama Said Knock You Out. And it's a great song. It's a great song. One of my favorites of all time. But there's a lyric at the opening lyric of the song, one of my favorite lyrics in history, and it's "Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years." So of the 10 billion trillion songs I could have announced that we're back, that is the one. It is. I think you know this. I think we've talked about this before. It's always been a labor of love.
Oh, yeah.
Getting it to come back. It was a multi-mission, ways and means, forward-deployed labor of love that took many years. But we're back, and we're doing 2 more seasons.
And what can you kind of tease out about what is happening with these seasons? And, I mean, is it any kind of alterations, changes to the format? Anything
Nothing.
you can tell us?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer, and I know this isn't popular these days, but if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. Hashtag I have $1,000 iPhone. That's the worst iPhone I ever had. So when they were $200, they worked great.
Yeah.
So I don't like messing with stuff. So people seem to like Toys That Made Us, so we're keeping it the way it was. Yeah.
Love it.
It's just different toys.
You know, I don't know if we've really talked about this before, so I apologize if this is a repeat
It hurts.
question.
I don't even know what you're going to say, but it hurts my feelings that you didn't bring this up before.
I know,
What is it?
It's gotten real awkward real fast.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Sorry.
as you've been acquiring these sort of dormant properties and breathing new life into them, is the mindset sort of, I'm thinking of sectors and I wonder what's up with sectors, or are you actively scouring for what's out there and dormant? So does it start with you reflecting upon one of those properties, or does it start with just sort of a search to see what is out there, casting a net?
It's a great question, and the answer is it's evolved. So in the beginning, I mean, it was just very random. You know, we hired a guy who started our consumer products division, a guy named Michael Goodman, and he literally first thing he brought in was Robo Force.
Yeah.
I love Robo Force. Like, so the day he called me and he was like, "What do you think of getting? I think I can get the IP." I was like, that day, like I had almost a complete collection of Robo Force. I had all the characters. I had the play set. I had sheets, pillowcases. Like I loved Robo Force. So that was easy. Let's get it if we can afford it. And we got it. So then it was like, oh my God, Sectars is available. And I'm like, I like Sectars. Like I wasn't as crazy about Sectars as I was about Robo Force, but I dove into it and I became obsessed with it. It's like Game of Thrones, but with insects. I mean, it's brilliant. So we were able to get that deal done. Then, in what I still consider to be one of the luckiest breaks in my career, we were able to get Biker Mice from Mars. I was a big fan of it as a kid and even older. Like, I graduated from high school in 94. That show came out in 93. So, and I probably shouldn't, I can admit it now. I'm married, father of 3 and all that. Yeah, I watched a lot of Biker Mice freshman year of college, which says a lot about my freshman year of college. I was also drinking Zima. So it was a bizarre year. But
So you're trying to acquire Zima next.
wouldn't that be great? You hear that, Brian? We got to get, by the way, it's someone named Brian. I'm not talking about myself in third person.
I'm like, thank you for contextualizing that, because I knew that, but it was going to get real weird if you didn't.
This guy's crazy. I did an interview last year where I guess I had like a sniffle or something. I didn't even know. And like all the comments were like, this guy's on coke. And I was like, all right, don't sniffle at Comic-Con
Like,
anymore.
Brian got me sick.
Yeah. It's all your fault. But now to give again how it's evolved, we were offered very recently a brand that was all robots, and it just doesn't complement what we're doing now because we already have robots because of Robo Force. So now it's not like we weren't picky, but now because we already have a lot of variables, we have 6 brands. The brands we're trying to get now, and we're active. I mean, we have 2 brands in contract. We have 2 other brands we're trying to convince the owners to work with us on. They have to complement what we're already doing.
I'm stoked. I'm always excited to see what new thing you're going to roll out.
Thank you.
And just finally, and I have asked you this before, but this is a question that I feel like is always worth bringing back up. What's sort of the state of play, the state of collectibles, any trends, anything you're seeing out there based on San Diego Comic-Con or just recent movements in the industry?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So I don't know if you heard this or not, but the economy ain't doing so good. And, I've been through this cycle before, like 08, 09, things were really bad. Like Apple stock was under $100 because of the, when after Lehman Brothers crashed. For different reasons now than 08, the economy's doing really bad. And what I've been seeing, and it's super interesting, the middle market has gone down in terms of value and price. The high-end market has skyrocketed.
Right.
So you're seeing stuff that used to be 10 grand that's now like 40 grand, and you're seeing stuff that used to be like $800 now $600. That's a big trend that I've seen. Also, I mean, anime in general, I mean, obviously, and again, I feel like I'm stating like, hey, the sky's blue, did you know? But I mean, anime is like dominating. Like it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and now it's like dominating. So it's like really interesting. Like Godzilla is a great example, not of anime, but like, Godzilla's been around, 70 years? It's the hottest it's ever been now. That's somewhat unusual. And it's affecting collecting.
The expansion of fandoms and globalization of fandoms and everybody being able to get into it. I love it. I happen to love it. I mean, Godzilla, Ultraman, like seeing everybody kind of get into this stuff. So
Same.
We are out of time, but I really could talk to you for much, much longer.
Same.
Brian, thank you so much. And just congrats on everything, man. I'm always so excited to see what you're rolling out. It's so much fun talking to you. So have a good rest of the con, and stay nerdy.
I will. That's assured.